Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tom Vays. I've just been so busy. I have not had time for these videos. Today is probably the perfect day for the legal show, considering the news of BitClub. I'm forgetting the name of all these things. BitClub and the arrest of Joby Weeks, who I was personally friends with. I've known him for a while. It is very, very unfortunate. But if you saw my tweets from earlier, we talked about this on the World Crypto Network years ago, over 3 years ago now. We discussed it. We talked about how BitClub was going to become a Ponzi if it wasn't one already. And I personally warned Joby Weeks back then, early 2017, maybe even as far back as 2016. Get out of it, stay away. But hey, he stayed with it. Hey, Leah, welcome. Let me know if you want to join. I'll send you the link. Leah's in the audience. Cool. All right. Thank you for watching. All right. Let's just go to the charts. Bitcoin price is moving. I can't spend too much time on this. We have the options workshop coming up this weekend. I am rewatching the 15 hours of, what screen am I sharing? I am rewatching the 15 hours of options webinar that I did back in August. I am redoing the slides. I am trying to optimize that workshop. To register for it, you still have time. It's I do give you learning materials, but they're not absolutely necessary. If you go to workshops, the first one is the equity options webinar. That's what's taking place this weekend. This is why tomorrow and the day after, I'm kind of going to be somewhat missing, right? I have to put together those slides. The next workshop I'm doing is in Nevada. This would be in Las Vegas during Unconfiscatable. Speaking of Unconfiscatable, the event is on sale, along with the poker tournament and the pinball tournament and workshops by Giacomo and Socrates and Jimmy Song and all the works. We're gonna, I think I got another speaker or two lined up. We're gonna edit that part. Tickets are still at the early bird special of just $250 for the day. The VIP ticket, if you want to support, is a little bit more. Do get cool stuff with the VIP. Check that out. Carnivory dinner and the rest. All right. And another thing that's been keeping me busy the last couple of days is getting the financial summit on sale. We are finally ready, and still got to do well. Let's hope we're ready. But check out the speaker list is still the speakers from not even speakers. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call them speakers. Presenters and notable attendees. Okay, this is a general list of people that are coming that may interest you. Some of these people are paid attendees, but they are of notable interest. Okay, I have to update this. I'm not actually sure if Brad or Adrian are gonna come to DR. This will be updated shortly. We wanted to get it up on sale because people that attended Bali last year wanted to commit to Bali this year because spots are limited, and people wanted to, be certain that the Dominican Republic, and we are going to be the Caribbean event, will take place in the Dominican Republic, 19 to 25. That is what we are shooting for. Okay. You can submit your strategy. Anyway, just read the website, guys. I don't want to spend too much time. You can check out the testimonial videos from our last event. We will always commemorate Tyler. He was so looking forward to it, and it was unfortunate he was not able to be there. Some of the pictures from still actually this year, October. Here's the agenda that we had. We're going to redo the agenda for this year, so you can see some of last year's stuff. And in the registration form, you can choose which one you want to register for, either the Dominican Republic or Bali. Also fill out if you plan to bring a significant other. Comes with an extra cost. If your dates are different than the official arrival and departure date, extra cost. All right. All right, let's go to the chart. I already spent like God knows how many minutes on this. And we go from there. And by the way, if you do want to pay with a bank transfer, just click the see other payment options and just click on this and go to the contact page and fill that out and we will get back to you. Okay. All right. I gotta, yeah, the speaker list is, this should say last year's notable speakers and attendees. We're gonna update it for this year very, very shortly. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to the charts and see what's going on. Do I want to make any more announcements? One more back on Joby Weeks. So if I go to Twitter, profile, check out this video from 3 years ago. This one. Thank you, Joe709, for finding this. I mean, maybe I'll play it during the law review. This is basically myself and a few others from the World Crypto Network, including Blake and Theo Goodman. We're basically explaining why BitClub is a Ponzi. Well, I certainly did. And this video is 3 years old. Like, I'm sorry, guys, you can't say that like there wasn't enough sufficient warnings out there. Okay, next. Let's go to the price. So I think we just got a new day, right? Yep. No, I thought the daily candle would flip over. I guess that's the new daily candle. Yeah, so okay, so this candle started. Oh yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, weekly chart. Everyone, you know, went a little bit too overboard and bullish on this single candle that literally closed 1/3 of the way down of this big nasty week that we had November 18th. Okay. We were not able to break that week's high the following week, and we were not able to break the high of the week after. Oh, you know what? I have the new indicator. I think it's ready. You know what? I'm going to test out the new indicator. I'm going to be doing this live. You guys don't have access to it yet. I need to test it out to make sure it's perfect. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to add. I can't actually add anything. I'm going to start replacing on my charts the old indicator with the new one, just to make sure that, like, I don't really spend all my day looking at charts, but if I spot a bug, it is going to be a little bit different. We have made changes. I haven't talked about these changes. So please don't like message me all at once. Like, wait a minute, your old one isn't matching this one. This one is different. And I'll explain the changes when I publish it. Okay. Hopefully this will load. Hope I don't have to restart my computer. And I didn't just drop the indicator off the charts. All right, come on. Why are you not loading? It's supposed to be like instant. Oh, there it is. It's supposed to be a lot faster. Now we optimized the speed. All right. The color is definitely more suited for dark backgrounds, which I still don't like, but you might. So there's definitely changes, a couple of changes. Not going to talk about what they are. Yeah, this definitely wasn't a double 13 before. It is now. Again, I'll explain the changes later. It always gets better, you know. So looking at the weekly chart, we had a week that did not give us any new highs, right? Look at the lower weekly highs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lower weekly highs. That is not a good sign. Okay. Now the current week is on a red 4. We need to see where this week closes. Whoa, Nigeria. Awesome. I want to go there one day. One day I'll get there. So right now, I'm not sure if this week had a lower low than last week. It still hasn't. So nothing is really changing here. I can move this up a little bit, right? If this week starts trading lower than last week, that is a bad sign on top of multiple bad signs that we have. So let's talk about, I guess, the good and the bad, right? There's not much good. So here's the good. Your long-term moving average is still rising. Your intermediate term moving average is still rising. You are significantly higher than the prior low. Your CMF looks bad. Your MACD looks horrendous. The MACD here reminds me of the MACD here, and that was back in May of 2018. Your RSI looks like it's ready to go into oversold. That looks, RSI looks bad. And OBV, I'm going to drop OBV. It's just taking up space at this point. So all the 3 oscillators I'm looking at look really, really, really bad. The price action looks bad, but not terrible, right? Now, if next candle starts trading below the closing lows of 6,900, that is a big problem. So the price action right now, which is the most important part, is, leaning bearish, but not, screaming short me, short me, short me. And the reason why it's not doing that is because of this big red 1 candle that people are still adjusting. People are still adjusting to this $69 to $7,400 zone. Now, the big question is, using the daily chart, is this consolidation a sign of, a low, or is it a consolidation meant to be broken down to the downside? And this is the challenge that is hard to explain to non-senior traders. If this consolidation lasts for 6 months, it's good. If this consolidation only lasts for 3 months or less, it's bad. Okay? So right now, this consolidation has only lasted for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay? And therefore, well, maybe it lasted for, if we go back to this area of September, October, November, into December. So this is the 3rd month. September, October, November, 4th month, okay? This consolidation needs to last at least 6 months. And it's debatable whether this consolidation right now is the same as the consolidation back in September, because we're clearly consolidating lower. Because if I take this line and I extend it all the way to the left, you can see how the consolidation between September and pretty much October, except for 2 days, was above that line. So I can't say that this consolidation has gone on for 3 months. Okay, so here we are. The last time I did this video, I specifically talked about above the green line is bullish, below the red line is bearish. Look where we are. We are below the red line. I did not move this red line. If I'm gonna be very picky, I would set this line to right there, right? So below this line, bearish. That line is at 7,200 flat. In addition, as far as using sequential in your trading, there was a short trade on a red 2 going below the red 1 with the anticipation that this support red line was going to break to the downside, which it did. Now, based on sequential, this is only a red 4. We still have plenty of time to potentially make a red 5. And then the best case scenario is to actually make it to a red 9. Notice how we never actually printed a red 9. And by not printing a red 9, it creates a potential long trade, but it doesn't give me the confidence that this was going to be the low for the second half of 2019. So if we don't print a red 9, I will not have the confidence that the low, the secondary low, is in. Now, that is a double-edged sword. By not printing a 9 at the end of 2018 going into 2019, I did not have the confidence that the low is in. I like sequential. I've always traded sequential. Now, not having the confidence that the low is in doesn't mean that the low is not in, right? It just means that I, as a trader, did not have the confidence that the low is in. Now, the moving average, I certainly pointed to the moving average. And I think that the moving average will get hit one more time. The 200-week moving average. I believe it's going to get hit. Now, the sooner, if it gets hit next week, Bitcoin is at 5,000. If it gets hit in 2024, maybe that's 25,000. Like, who the hell knows, right? The point is, Bitcoin hitting the 200-week moving average has been, it doesn't have a long history. It has a longer history if I use, if I go to the BLX and I put this on traditional candles and I change this to the weekly chart and I add the 200-week moving average, because right now it's 730 and 50, which I can't seem to do, but anyway, it has a longer history. I don't know why it's not letting me. I'll probably have to refresh the chart. Anyway, I'm not going to mess with it. Just go back to this. All right. We'll take a look at these, you know, like at the end of the month or something. Oops, didn't mean to do that either. Man, I'm just all over the place today. Sorry, guys. I'm a little tired. Too much work lately. And everyone is messaging me to do interviews for year end because they want a price prediction. I'm pretty much telling everybody I'm too busy. I don't really use the 100, so I don't know when or where that cross was. Okay, back to this. Back to the weekly chart, I guess. So I always expect us to bounce off the 200-week moving average eventually. I think it's going to happen on this cycle to the downside, but obviously it doesn't have to. Everyone should be nervous if it goes below that, by the way. On this daily sequential, this is the one that I really like to trade personally. This is just straight up bearish. You are 8 of 13 on a countdown phase, which, by the way, I want to switch. I want to get rid of this. I want to put in my new one that still in its final stages of testing. Oh, God. How to refresh all of these. This video is already going on too long, unfortunately. I wanted to make a short video. We got 600 viewers. All right, let's look at the oscillators. BitMEX funding rate favors the bulls. BitMEX funding rate favors the bulls. Look at that. CMF favors the bulls. Interesting. The MACD favors the bulls. And the RSI slightly, very slightly favors the bulls. That is very, very interesting. Notice how all of the oscillators are favoring the bullish case on a daily scale. But all of the oscillators on the weekly scale are favoring the bears. That's a conflict. Now let's look at the price action. The price action is certainly favoring the bears. We are not yet at a new swing low here nor there, but we are looking at a new, 2-week daily low close, which is bearish. So how many days is this? So that's about 17 days. That's over 2 weeks, right? So this is where ugly old goat, I believe, likes to go long when we broke the 2-week low. Personally, I'd rather be short. But you can make the argument either way. So all the oscillators that I have on this chart are favoring the bulls. The price action and sequential is favoring the bears. The fact that we broke support is favoring the bears. And look at the moving averages. The moving averages look very, very bad. The short term is below the intermediate term, is below the long term, and they're all trending down. However, because the price action is so far below all of these moving averages, it is very possible that the price can snap back. So you really want to be careful in shorting something that is so far below their moving averages, even when the moving averages give you the most bearish picture possible. So you have a bit of a conflict here. I will trust the price action until it shows me otherwise. But the moment the price starts to snap back towards 7,200, this thing is probably not ready to fall all the way down yet. Now, here's the bad news. The bad news is that if we don't print a red 5 and we flip the countdown, there is a high probability that that will extend the bear market, because I want to see that 9. And if that 9 doesn't come, with 4 weeks in, we would get a price flip to a green 1, then eventually a red 1, and then potentially 8 more weeks of downside. So I want that 9 sooner than later, because later could extend the bear market all the way into the halving. And I hope not past that. So there's your challenge with huge conflicts on a daily scale. Here's a 12-hour scale. Let's look at the oscillators real quick. The 12-hour scale, the RSI is bearish, the MACD is bearish, and the CMF is bearish. So here we go. So all of your oscillators on a 12-hour chart are bearish. Well, not all the oscillators that I am paying attention to are bearish. Meanwhile, on a daily chart, they're all bullish. Go figure. I didn't expect that at all. Now, all the moving averages are trending down. They're all lower below each other. That is not a good sign. You are on an 8 sequential. So here's the good news. In about 10 hours, there's going to be a 12-hour 9, potentially snapping back the market, as it's probably not yet ready to go all the way down. But next week, it's very possible all of these things will be in line. Look at this little up. I mean, we topped not perfectly on a 9, but right near a 9. We bottomed right on a 9 here. It didn't last very long. And look at my projection. Look at my arrows from all of these arrows. Like, I keep drawing these green lines, and it's like, hey, if it can get above this line, it'll go higher. If it can get above this line, it can go higher. If you can go above this line, it can go higher. But it's not making it anywhere near that. Otherwise, it's going to keep going lower. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let me save it. That's not even working. Let me drop this indicator. Let me save this. I have to refresh it. And then I'm going to add the new indicator. So let's look at the 4-hour chart since I have the oscillators up. Well, the CMF is favoring the bulls. The MACD is slightly favoring the bulls. The RSI is kind of neutral to me. Can make the argument in either direction. So they're kind of a toss-up, not very helpful. Look at the overall posture. The overall posture is certainly bearish. We're still in this downward channel. Still in this downward channel. Now my red line here is a little bit lower than it is on the other charts, and we haven't technically crossed it yet. We can reevaluate this line. I clearly have this line set as the low of December 4th. That low has not yet been breached. I really expected this to make it to this area of resistance and potentially as high as the top of the channel. This was the right call. And now I'm expecting it to go down. And if this red line breaches, Bitcoin's in trouble. That red line currently sits at just below 7,100, and we can potentially break that line while I'm still on this podcast. Your moving averages are not in great shape. There's not much to cling to here. GBTC, well, the premium is kind of high, but the price is now lower. I was really upset with myself a little bit that I did not buy GBTC right here on around the 18th of October when the premium dipped very, very low. But if I go back to the price chart, the 18th of October was here, or like here, around here, the 18th of October, right? So had I bought GBTC back then, I would have bought it at a low premium. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is lower, but my premium is higher, so the price is about the same. So not a good time to buy GBTC right now, in my opinion. So I'm not doing it. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Actually, I kind of care. Let me see. Still waiting to see if Binance is going to outperform Bitcoin for the year. Still 30%. We got about 2 weeks to go. Anything can happen. Maybe they'll get hacked again. Who knows? Ethereum. Is it even worth it to put the new indicator on it? Nah, I don't really care. Ethereum's not interesting right now to me. Ethereum in dollar terms is more interesting because it also has a critical line that if it falls below, it's in trouble. And it's getting close to that line. Gold, haven't looked at gold. Oh, wow, look at that. Gold, did the stock market fall? Interesting. Let me see. I haven't, guys, to be honest with you, I haven't looked at the stock market at all week. I have not paid attention. I've not paid attention. Oh, the open longs chart. Oh, yeah. Hey, so those of you that are in the alert notification, we posted the following chart in alerts. And it's free, by the way. It's a link in the video description. Here's what we posted in alerts earlier today. Boom. Your alerts are on a 99. Now, sorry, alerts. Your BTC longs at Bitfinex is on a 99. This is kind of insane. In addition, here's what it looks like in a zoomed out view. The last time longs were disleveraged was, pretty bad. There was a 9 here. back in January. There was a 9 here back in early February. I got to look at the price and how Bitcoin priced it. And that didn't end well. Look at that 9 at the bottom there. Oof. Wow, sequential is looking good on this actually. And but looking at longs in isolation is not very useful. I believe I have a chart. Let me see. BTC shorts versus longs. Let's see what that looks like. When was the last time I looked at it? Oh, damn. They took it away. It's been a long time since I looked at it. Oh, boy. So I have the sequential, but I have the sequential on the other side. Oh, boy. Guys, this is not good. This is not good for the longs. I want to open the ratio. I used to look at this stuff all the time back in the day. Wow. Look at that ratio. Wow. What is going on at Bitfinex? Holy shit. Has never been this high. Let me take out, let me do this. Wait, what am I still looking at? Wait, that's the one. Oh, and the other one's the price of Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. So, wow. Wow. What are these yellow lines for? I'm not sure what the yellow lines are. So I'm going to do this. That is the peak of the long-short ratio on Bitfinex. What is going on? Eventually, hindsight will be 2020. This has never happened before. Ever. This was the band that we kind of stayed in, and we still bounced off of it right there at the end. This red line isn't really necessary anymore. Wow. How do we make sense of this? It's been a long day. It's been a longer week. I'm trying to think through this rationally. The BitMEX is saying the opposite. BitMEX is saying everyone is like more leveraged short. But Bitfinex is leveraged long. Whoa. Whoa. Look, they were in line over here. They were kind of off cue over here. So the last time it spiked in the direction of the bulls, the price was spiking off of a very critical low. So that made sense. But the price is going down. And these guys are leveraged long. I think that's going to end very, very badly for all the ones that are leveraged long. I would not, look, I know the BitMEX funding rate is favoring the longs. I would not want to be long in this market right now. Being cash, can hodl your Bitcoin, but I sure as hell would not be leveraged long right now. That, I think, is insane. You can hodl Bitcoin. That's not an issue. Wow. Wow. And that's a double 9, by the way. This is the daily chart. Where's my double nine? I'm probably using a very old version of the indicator. Let's try this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the ratio. That's why. That's the ratio. I wonder if I can add it. I wonder where it would go. I'm going to add it. Oh, yeah, it was the ratio, so it's not actually a double nine. Wait, I added the wrong one. That's not what it's supposed to say. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It does. That's the correct one. My bad. It's on a 5. All right, that a lot of strange going on there. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm curious why gold went up. My guess is S&P went down. S&P did not go down. Here's the daily S&P, and this looks like it's ready for a moonshot, guys. That is consolidation at the top and a cup and handle. Maybe not a moonshot, but I am bullish the S&P 500, but that bullishness might be short-lived because guess what? Next week is a 9, and that's a weird-looking candle, and that's a doji, though it's not a doji at the top. MACD is still bullish. RSI is not where I want it to be, but that's okay. The moving averages look okay to me. Where's the long term? There, wow. Overextended. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like during the election, we dip back down to the 200 week moving average. We did it before, did it last year. We are going to have a perfected 9 on Monday. Well, actually, no, we may not. May not be a perfected 9 on Monday. Has to go above that candle. This is a bullish pattern to me. Next week, there'll be a 9-9. Ooh, watch out, guys. If the S&P is rising, does this have the latest indicator? TI indicator sequential. No, it doesn't. Let's fix that part. I gotta refresh this. This kind of sort of has the latest indicator, but I also updated it, the code. So I'm going to play it safe. God, I hope we don't have to alter the code again because I don't want to redo this on all the charts. All right, there it is. Okay, there it is. So this is a lot cleaner now, guys. We've made some good changes. Oh, it's trading. That's right. It's futures. Yeah, I like this for a breakout, getting me to a 9 at the high inside a weekly 9. Wow. It would be very interesting if the S&P 500 tops next week. That would be very, very, I'll keep an eye on that. Looked at the Nifty last time. Nah, don't really want to look at it again, but and this is one of our test cases for the sequential testing. Making sure it's right. Hey guys, the Financial Summit is open for registration. Dominican Republic, April 19 to 25. Bali, back to Bali, Indonesia, November 1 to 7. The dates are there. We have a registration form. The notable presenters and attendees are last the last list. I need to update that. Pictures from last year, testimonials from those that were there. It really was a great event. Here's your registration form. It is live updating with the prices. And you can submit a strategy for a discounted rate. There are low points. The discounted rate is not specified. That is to the discretion of the evaluating committee, of which I am a member. The strategy must be completely new and non-monetized. So if you are selling an indicator, that does not qualify you to get a discount. But if you come up with something that could potentially be monetized or of interest to those at the event, we could potentially review it and see if it's worth a discounted rate. It has to be something completely new that we haven't seen before. Good question. Why would we give you a strategy? That is a very good question. And I used to wonder the same exact thing. Why would anyone give away a profitable strategy? And guess what? TradingView is filled with people trying to sell their profitable strategy, okay? And a lot of these people don't have the ability to A, monetize it because they don't know anyone. And why do they want to monetize it is up to them. Two, people may be interested in connecting with hedge funds that would, take their strategy off the market and work with them to provide them with A, capital, and B, developers to automate their strategy. So it's not really, you're not actually giving it to me. Clearly, I don't trade anymore, so I am not interested. But if this is something you are interested in sharing with other people at this event, because it's a closed, small event with hedge funds, that's what hedge funds do. They go out and they try to get people with their profitable strategy to monetize them, and both parties benefit. And the whole conference, the idea for this event came about by people that I know in the hedge fund space that were looking for traders and profitable strategies, and people that have come through my workshops that have developed profitable strategies, but wanted to connect with hedge funds to work with them on their profitable strategies. So this entire concept is what this event is about. Now, the discounted rate may not be very high. It really depends on who is already attended, who's already signed up, but the option is there. And you can fill out the form and we will review it. You'll have to provide, some back testing and things like that. Okay. That's it, guys. That's it for the markets. Unconfiscatable is also on sale, and these are on sale now. Unconfiscatable, you can go to the link, check it out, come out to Vegas and support. And I think that is pretty much it for me, unless there are questions. Oh, if my chart is blurry, guys, that's not me. That's on you guys. It's you gotta change the, like in the YouTube, you gotta change it to 720 or 1080. I am doing this in high def, so it's a setting on your end. Tone, are you going to invite Alicia Rastani? I haven't invited him yet because I've just been too busy. But yes, I would. I'll invite him and I'll see what he says. Yes. Alicia Rastani is someone I really wouldn't mind having at that event. All right, what do we got? Crypto exchange BitMEX is hit with a 300 million investor lawsuit. Wow. All right, we got to do a law show. This is just becoming huge. how do you interpret that long accumulation chart? I tried. I'm struggling. I'm struggling interpreting that chart. Not everything in the markets is, explainable. All right, we do have Nick in the chat. He just shot over a tweet to me. And yeah, I think I have access to his indicator. What's the time frame here? Looks like the daily. All right. So if I go to the daily, since I'm still screen sharing, and I go to indicators, and I go to invite only, it's one of these. I guess the volume is what I'm looking for here. So if I zoom this out and I magnify it, and I put a line on this, whoa, whoa, that just moved before our eyes? Wow, look at that. Good time. Whoa. What's going on? What is going? Oh, it goes back and forth. Okay. That is an interesting volume spike. And that volume spike is to the downside. So if I have too many indicators now. So it looks like there was a big volume spike to the upside here. And even though the price dipped, we did go up. Huge volume spike to the downside here. And I believe that was before the price crashed. So this happened on the 8th of November. And here is the 8th of November, right? So thanks, Nick, for giving me a heads up on this. I am going to zoom in on this one more time. I'm curious about this volume spike that took place on the 2nd of September. And I want to go and see what the price was on the 2nd of September. That would be 2nd of September. Here, right before the up spike. And we had a down spike in volume. It didn't lead to anything in the near term, but over a few weeks, it led to some serious downside. So I am going to take this volume spike to the downside pretty damn seriously. And I'm not an expert at this, but to me, this is definitely a bearish sign. On October 20th, oh yeah, look at that. October 20th was here. We had a move in the opposite direction, but that move was very short-lived before a massive up move. So this could be a sign of lower prices in the near future. Again, I'm not an expert at this. This is my interpretation on live air. It may not be immediate lower prices, but potentially lower prices in a slightly longer time scale. Good point. This candle is supposed to close before treating this as anything, which makes sense. This the day just started not that long ago, a couple of hours ago. So you still have a lot of time. So yes, I am assuming that this volume spike will end badly in the next 12 hours, but it doesn't have to. It can certainly flip to the other side. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for me. Vegas open for registration, and the Financial Summit is open for registration. 2 of them. April, Dominican Republic, back to Bali in November. All right, guys, that is it. Final look and the options workshop this weekend, which I need to get back to working on. All right, I highly doubt that's the real Samson Mao. But thank you, the Samson Mao in the chat, in the live chat. All right, I don't see any more questions from my team. But they're also busy doing other stuff. Oh, someone said we just went below 7,090. Did we really? We just make a new low? I think we did, right? Yeah, 772. We just made a new low, guys. Man, not good. Not good. Oh, it's the daily. Wait, maybe we didn't. Why is that the daily? This should be the 4-hour, no? Why is it on a daily? This should be the 4-hour. I don't know why that's daily. Yeah, there's the 4-hour 9. That didn't do anything. And that's a nasty candle right there. That's not good. That's not good. Not good. All right. Good luck trading out there. It's not easy. It's never easy to trade, especially Bitcoin. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see a lot of you in Vegas. I will see a few of you at the Financial Summit, which was an absolutely amazing event in Bali. All right. Talk to you all on the next one. Back to working on the options webinar this weekend. Still sign up. Bye.